Hi, I'm Jim Gray. I'm a licensed real estate agent with EXP Realty and a professional real estate agent coach. And I've been getting this question a lot lately from the agents that I interact with on a weekly basis. What is an EXP sponsor? And I thought I would just take a couple minutes to maybe characterize what the EXP sponsor is and the importance of this sponsor that you end up choosing if you come to EXP Realty. EXP Realty rewards agents for inviting other great agents to the company. And it makes sense, right? To a brokerage, the most valuable thing a brokerage can have is an agent that does production, right? So doesn't it make sense that if you're part of a brokerage, if you were to invite agents to join the brokerage, or the agents joined a brokerage because they had a great experience with you and that reflects on the broker, doesn't it make sense that the broker ought to reward you for that activity, right? And there are brokerages that do that. EXP is one of them. In EXP, when you invite an agent that joins, you get a portion of that agent's production based on a certain percentage, and that we call revenue share. Very simple. You invite an agent, that agent comes, that agent produces, the company rewards you by giving you rev share and stock. Okay, I don't want to go too deep into that, but that's essentially the concept. Here's the other piece of it though. If you are thinking about coming to EXP, and it's likely at this point, this is what I'm experiencing out there, is most agents who've heard of EXP and are thinking about it have now spoken to several people about the EXP opportunity, how the brokerage works, what makes it different, what are the pros and the cons. If you're like most of these agents or like me, you probably have gone on the YouTubes and researched it, and there's a fair amount of data out there to kind of give you a good idea of what EXP is like as a brokerage. But when it comes time to join, if that's the decision you make, you'll have to decide who your sponsor is. And what's important about choosing a sponsor? Well, the way EXP describes it, and I think it's accurate and fair, that the person who did the most to give you the best understanding of the brokerage is probably the person that you ought to name as a sponsor. But what if you've talked to many people about EXP, and you've gotten a variety of perspectives, and maybe there's been no one person perhaps out of that group that stands out among the group? Or what if you're just generally researching the brokerage and you've come to the conclusion that, yeah, it's a good fit for me? Well, then let me give you just a guiding principle on that. It's a very powerful rule, I think. You grow into the conversations around you. The conversations that you have on a daily, weekly, monthly, hourly basis, this really dictates the trajectory and quality of your life in all areas, not just business. So the thing I want you to consider is how do you want to grow, and who should you be in conversations with on an ongoing basis to help you achieve that growth? That would be, in my opinion, a great way to choose an EXP sponsor. So again, to understand the EXP model, and I think it's kind of brilliant, one of the reasons I joined is that anybody who brings you into the business, they have a vested financial interest in your success, right? Every time you have a closing, the company's going to pay your sponsor a little piece of that production as a reward. So you might want to think about who, understanding that my sponsor will have a financial interest in my success, what skill set perhaps, what background, what experience would I like my sponsor to have, such that if I were in ongoing conversations with that sponsor, it would help me grow on that trajectory in that direction. So maybe a thing to consider is, where do you want to improve? What do you need help with? What can you be working on right now that will help your business be what it is you envision it in your mind? And who do you want in your world to help you with that? That is a way to characterize and choose a really productive sponsor at EXP. I hope you found that helpful. I'm making a lot of videos right now having to do with building your business and building a business inside of EXP in particular. I hope to see you around.